Hey Grandma, I just wanted to show you some apps and books that are specifically tailored to crossword solving. And I'm going to go ahead and jump to the favorites menu. And if you remember, how to get to the favorites is just going to this star icon right here, and that pulls up all your favorites. And these might be in different order later on, but right now you have 3 dictionaries, your 1, 2, 3 dictionaries, and then you have your crossword solver app and your word solver app or game. Okay, the books can be found in your books tab, and the apps can be found in the apps tab. So there's word solver Lite, and if you scroll up from the bottom or scroll down from the top, there's crossword solver. Okay, so that's how you can get to those apps outside of your favorites. Word Solver Lite is actually also in games for some reason, but that's neither here nor there. So let's go ahead and go to your favorites, just so we can practice using our favorites menu. And we'll go to Crossword Solver. Okay, here, I don't know how good you can see or not. It's kind of hard to show you, but there will be a menu. Okay. So, here we go. It says enter pattern. Okay, and I just click there, and let's say you have these apps are designed to give you words that work with what letters you have in your solution to your hint in the crossword puzzle. So let's say you had, if we only have in as the answer a C, and we don't know the second letter, so we push space. Okay, so I'm going to go and push the space button right now, and see how that right there put in a question mark. So I have C, I don't know the second letter, and say we have we don't know the third letter either. Okay, so I'm going to push space again, and again it automatically puts in a question mark right there. See it? And let's say we have the E. Okay, and let's just add in another we don't know. Okay, question mark. And right now I'm thinking of the word clues. Right, that's kind of that's the word I'm looking for. Just because, why not? Just for fun. So after you put in the letters that you know in your crossword, and you put in the letters that you don't know by pushing space, then you go to match, and here it gives you a list of all the possibilities that use those letters, or use the letters that you know with the letters you don't know. So with this, you can see there's quite an extensive amount of words, right? But with this list, you can actually kind of narrow it down by seeing if that word actually matches with your clue. And so with me, we already know clues is my word. So let's see if it came up. Yep. It's right there. Clues. You also have clued. So it's just an easy way, a quick way to kind of fill in a void for you, to give you words that would fit into crossword puzzles that you have. It doesn't help you with learning the answer, but it helps you fill in the answer. So that's and we're going to go ahead and go home. If you want to go back to where your previous screen was, all you got to do is push this back arrow. So there, now we're back to our previous screen. Okay, and if we want to go home, we can either push back, or again we can go home by pushing the home button. I'm going to go push the home button again. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the other app. Alright, push the favorites button menu, and we'll go to Word Solver. Word Solver is basically the exact same thing as what we just used, except this one has a couple options. This one, you can do anagrams, you can do Scrabble, and you select it by whether it's highlighted. So right now I just pushed Scrabble, and now it's highlighted. It was on anagrams earlier, you remember? So that's selecting anagram, Scrabble. So I'm not sure how to use this one. You can probably play around with it yourself if you want. I haven't used it much, but I'm pretty sure it's easy to figure out. But this is the one I wanted to use, and I played around with it earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this word right there. So let's go ahead and use that same word clues with the same amount of letters. So I'm going to go ahead and say we knew C. Okay, but with this app, instead of pushing the space button to put in the question mark, we have to push the question mark button. So there's my question, see? Question mark right there. And we didn't know the second letter, or the third letter I should say. We did know there was an E. Oops, I pushed it twice by accident. So I'm going to go delete one. So and then we didn't know the last letter. So I'm going to push question mark again. And then from there, you can either push next, or you can push search. So there it's doing the same thing our other app did. And this one again gives a kind of extensive list of all the possible words that can match the clues, or the letters that we know with the amount of letters that are in that word. So there you go. I think I just passed clues a little bit ago. Alright, no, you know what? Clues isn't on this one. So we wouldn't have gotten this one at all. So maybe that other app is a little bit better. This one only had clued. Not sure why, but at least there's another app you can use if you want. I haven't, like I said, I haven't tried the Scrabble portion of this app, nor have I tried the anagram portion. I've only tried the crossword, and as you just saw, it didn't have the answer we were looking for. So maybe the other app was better. Okay. Now with certain apps, you will not be able to see our home screen right away, and so what we'd have to do is, see this little tab right here on the right, that tab right there. All you gotta do is tap it, and then our menu comes up. See how that worked? So it's hidden by default, and if you click on things, nothing happens, right? To pull up the menu at least. But when you push this tab, then your menu comes up, and then you can push home. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at your one of your crossword dictionaries. Let's go with the million word dictionary. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at this point in the dictionary when we're done, the how to use this dictionary. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and kind of explore with you to see how to use this. Okay, show you how to use, or at least how to use this dictionary. As you see, also the home menu is kind of hidden again. In order to, and this is for all books that you're in order to get home in a book, all you gotta do is tap on anywhere on the screen, and this menu pops up. Okay, and there's your home menu, your home button. There's your favorites button again, but also you'll see some other options come up in books. Settings, go to, notes, These ones you probably will not use as much. You can use them. You can put a bookmark on a page just by pushing bookmark, and it'll bookmark the page. Then you can go back to your notes and find that bookmark. However, to use this dictionary, first of all, if you don't like the settings, you can increase the size of the font, decrease the size of the font just by pushing the big A's and the little A's. So that's to decrease, that's to increase. Spacing of the lines between, so the spacing of the lines between each other, you can increase it to that much. See how kind of added more space between the lines. Go medium or small. I like to have small just because I like more words on the page. And then also you can go from the where the words stop on the screen. I have it at narrow. You go to normal, which kind of makes it smaller, a smaller amount of words, narrows it down. Or you go wide, and so you have wider margins basically. So we're just talking about margins, so it creates a wider margin. Again, I like to put narrow just because, I like to see more words on a page. You can change it to color mode. You can go to white, which is fine. I like black just because it's easier to read myself. You can change the font style, and then there's more options. You can show popular highlights. You won't use that. And text to speech, and that's basically so when you click on that page or on the tablet when you're reading a book, see this triangle right here at the bottom left? If you push it, it'll
How
read.
to use the million-word crossword dictionary.
It'll read
Generally speaking, you'll find the clue you're looking for under the clue's most important.
It'll go ahead and read your book for you out loud, and with it you can change the speed. So let's say that was a little too slow,
How
right?
to use the million-word crossword dictionary.
It's a little slow. So what I do is I push play, and then right here on this side, if you can see, right here on this side, there'll be another little box that shows 1 time to 1.5 time. I push it a couple times and it reads a little bit faster. So push play.
How to use the million-word crossword dictionary. Generally speaking, you'll find the clue you're looking for under the clue's most important word.
There we go.
For example, artists' needs will be
see that box right there? You can make it faster. 1.5, 2, 3 times faster, 4 times even, and that's just mumble, but if you want to do that, you can do that. I'm going to go and put it back to you. This is really slow. It's at 0.7 times. Okay, and then back to back to the original. I don't know if you'll use that function or not, but that is an option. So back to how to use this dictionary. Sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent, but I thought you should know. First of all, I would say use the go to menu. So you're in the dictionary, just tap on the screen and push go to. And here you'll see the, basically it's a table of contents or table of chapters, okay? And since it's a dictionary, the chapters are organized alphabetically by letters, which makes sense, right? Because it's a dictionary. And let's say we wanted to, our clue is Pablo in English. So then I'm going to go to P, because and you want to narrow it down to, key terms within the clue. So for me, it would be Pablo, okay? And let's just pretend I didn't know what Pablo in English meant. So there's P. To go to the next page, just swipe, okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn on the light so you can see how I swiped. So you put your finger and you swipe, right? So to go forward, swipe to the left. So go backwards, swipe to the right. You can also just tap and it goes. So tap on the right, it goes to the right. Tap to the left, it goes to the left, okay? And this is, again, for books. So I'm looking for Pablo. I'm going to tap, and look, there's Pablo right there. Now it's just saying Pablo, and then it's giving me some clues or some answers that go with Pablo. And here, there's a bunch of names, I think, that I'm pretty sure they're names. that go with Pablo. So Casals, Cruz, and these are 6-letter word answers, and here's a 7-letter word answer. So Pablo Picasso, for example. Then, if you go to the next page, it says in English. And notice how, I wish this worked better for us. So notice how right here, like this answer right here, Pablo. You're gonna shun me for my Spanish, but pabellón de Arteaga. Okay, there's the answers, but then there's a sub answer underneath, and see the sub answer kind of just indents in a little bit. It's bolded, whereas the answers are kind of just not bolded. So here's the main clue answer, or the main clue, and there's the answers. Okay, 4-letter answers, and then underneath locale, Mexico. Okay, so same thing with this one, Pablo. There's the main answers, but then if you turn the page, there's a sub answer in English, 4-letter word, Paul, and another. Yeah, that's it. So here for another example on how that works, here's the main clue, Pablo Cruz, and then his song. And there's just a list of songs. Let's see if I find another one close by. That's kind of bigger. Oh, here we go. PAC. That's the clue. Here's one answer right here. Boom. 6-letter, 8-letter, 10-letter, and then here's another answer. 3-letter, 7-letter. So representative, senator, or senator. I'm pretty sure that's what this stands for. A representative or senator. Another answer, PACA. There's the main answers for that, but there's a sub answer, relative, PACA, relative, rat, KB, Diju, Jerd, and the list goes on. So that's how I would use this book. I don't know if you're familiar with these types of dictionaries, but I'm guessing that's how you use it. So basically, when you're scrolling through, this is how you'd flip through a page in a normal book. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back home, or back to the front. I'm gonna go put you back to how to use this, and then we'll go home. Okay. Again, your dictionaries, starting with the million-word crossword dictionary, are right here. There's 3 of them, and then your 2 apps that are helpful just to get quick answers. I found that this dictionary and this dictionary aren't as extensive as the million-word crossword dictionary, but at least if you want to use them, you can use them. And then of course the apps. So those are the crossword puzzle oriented apps and dictionaries for you. So I hope you enjoy.